Now, if you've been to the Revitalize clinic before, you probably noticed that we use a lot of spinal manipulation. We find it very beneficial to help our patients to reduce their pain. But me and Arwel are getting tired of these 200-year-old theories and these 200-year-old predictions as to why spinal manipulation works. It's not helpful, and it puts us in a bad light, and most of all, it makes the patient believe that it's the treatment that is most effective rather than their own adaptation to their injury.
Yeah, so here are some of the most common explanations we hear in the clinic. So the first one, realigning someone's spine. Do you want to explain why that's not?
Well, if you're a dog or if you're a cow, it might be beneficial to be completely aligned because you walk on all fours and you don't live as much of an asymmetrical or non-symmetrical existence as we as human beings do. Now, your liver's on your right, your spleen's on your left, your heart's on your left, you are dominant with one hand and you kick with one foot, and you're more dominant to stand on one leg. So therefore the question is, are human beings meant to be symmetrical? Definitely not. Even when you look at hunter-gatherer tribes who have been in existence for the past 200,000 years, a lot of the time they will be running with something over their shoulder, whether that's a bladder of water, or a spear. We're not meant to be symmetrical creatures.
Yeah, kind of the next one then as well is putting someone's back in place. Now, if that was the case, you'd see so many more injuries within sport. If the forces that we produce here on a treatment bed are enough to put someone's vertebrae back in line or back in place, as someone might say, then rugby players crashing into a tackle or hockey players colliding with a stick, they're not going to be able to resist against that. Their body would crumble, but somehow rugby seems to still be a sport, and it looks like it's going to be a sport for quite a long while, because people don't crumble under pressure, and there isn't a force that typically is too much. So long as you adapt over time and overload over time, your body can adapt to that, and it's not a matter of pushing or pressing in a certain place that's going to put a vertebrae back in place.
And the last one is probably my pet favourite, is leg length discrepancies and correcting leg length discrepancies. Now, even research has shown that you could have a leg which is shorter by an entire inch and it still would not have an effect on your spinal health. The other thing to bear in mind is how often do you actually stand symmetrically. Now, if you're a soldier at a tent hut, then you might do a lot more regularly, but most of us will be standing on one foot, we'll be sitting down. Even when we drive, we often have one leg which is extended more than the other, and these do not place significant loads on our body to create an injury, and it won't do if your leg is if one leg is longer than the other. Why? Because you very rarely distribute weight evenly between both feet anyway.
Yeah, so kind of now that we've cleared all of that, what is it that manipulation, I should say, actually does? So what the science is telling us, what research is now starting to prove, is that there are certain benefits from having manipulation as a treatment. One is that it gives you short-term changes in your range of motion. Now that's very, very short term. That's why a lot of these effects need longer term rehabilitation, so usually exercise or activities that will reinforce those benefits.
The other benefit is that you get a short-term release in endorphins. Now, endorphins make you feel good, make you feel happy, make you feel loved, etc. It's why a lot of people feel like they're walking on air after a spinal manipulation. And this is, once again, only short-term. That's why a lot of people experience a good 2 to 3 days of relief. It's also why you get a lot of practitioners who insist on go through this in a very passive way, which means that you're less likely to take responsibility for your own rehabilitation and your own pain relief, which is very important, especially when dealing with chronic pain. The solution is to make sure that your practitioner will give you the tools needed to reduce your pain, but also give you the tools needed to provide you with long-term rehabilitation.
Yeah, and so all of those, the narratives in which you use to describe the effects of a manipulation and the care beyond that, so rehabilitation exercises, activities that, again, like Elliot said, will manage your pain levels away from the clinic, are all really, really important.
Now, there's three key performance indicators we go by when we're getting patients to come into, or when we're treating our patients. At the end of the process, we want them in as minimal pain as possible. We want them stronger and more confident in the area that was previously injured. If we've done this, then we've done a good job, because they're not just relying on us for their pain relief, but they're also empowering themselves throughout the process. And if that sounds good for you, if you're suffering with chronic pain or acute pain of any area, then all you need to do is give us a call, book your first appointment where you'll receive a full diagnosis, treatment plan and rehabilitation plan, or if you want to test the water just a little bit, then feel free to book a free consultation. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.